Bam, 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 bam. It's been a little while. It's been a little while. It's been a little while. Ba, anyway. Anyway, what. What is happening, peoples? What is happening? Man. Hold up. I gotta do something. Whoopie la. What it do? Man, I'm rusty. Rusty. Hey, we got somebody in the house. We got peoples in the house. Man, what's going on with the market, baby? MSNBC, man. What is going on with the market? How we doing, baby? How are we doing? I'm looking for CNBC. Stock futures, little change. How's the S&P doing, baby? Things are not looking. S&P 500. How's S&P been the last 5 months? A month. It's been what happened here? I thought the market was down. It was 6890. Had taken a little stumble last 5 days. And we got AJ in the building. Man, what's up with the market, man? I thought the market took a dumpy lumpy, but it's doing all right. Maybe it's the stocks that I have. How about NASDAQ? Index. Let's see. How's the NASDAQ doing? Yeah, well, wait. Salam. Man, let me know, man. I'm going to drop the link. Invite guest. Copy. Took a little dip. Come on up, man. Come on up. But I thought it took a worse dip than this, though. Where's the dip? Is it right here? Where's the dip at? Market is kind of I think I guess the 5% right there, a little haircut since Wednesday of last week. All right, let's do 1 month. I guess, but it recovered, but today went down more. Yeah, so bam, kind of went up right here. Mr. NASDAQ went 23.9, 50 some. So it took a little dippy and then took a little nip again. So a little down 5% since last week. Are we turning this thing around? Is it up? Is it down? Why is it? Keep level for short. How do changing interest rate? The best index funds. Man, it's so hard. It's so hard to figure out what's happening with the stock market right now. Meta keeps throwing money at AI. So we got Meta. I think, who are the big boys that took a dip? Is it NVIDIA? Nvidia stock. What's up, peoples? What's going on? Who we got in the house? Nvidia, man. I thought Nvidia took a dump. Somebody had told me Nvidia took a dump the other day. IDK if it's Trump, it's a dependent at what affects. So we got 180. That boy was up to 199. 199. So he took a cent and a half haircut. But I was just up. The last time was Monday 10th. What's that? That was just 3 days ago. I thought Nvidia was taking a dump. Everybody's like, oh yeah, Nvidia, man, it's going down. Is it though? Is it? Okay, it's flat the last month. Could say it's flat, but it's not going down. Or is the bubble and it's all artificial? Bro, what is all this? Man, it's up the last 6 months. That boy was 129. Yes, it has a little boom, 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 but like what? I mean, the term crash is overused. Yeah, what is this crash? It's all crash. This, what crash? Where's the crash at? Okay, went up 200. Went up 200. Now it went down. So, oh man, it took 7% haircut. So now everybody's freaking out. 10% haircut right there. But it's up 43% for the year. I mean, if you got in at 180 something, like you're pretty much in the same spot you was, like pretty much flat. It's pretty much it's like flat from the last since November, since August. So what are we talking about? Like it had a little bump here, went up, I guess 15%. That's a lot. But why did it go up and why did it go down? Nobody could answer that. Nobody could answer it. What happened between August and all the way up to like October? And then, oh, well, you know what? We're actually going to go down. Why? What happened in the last 3 months? Oh, no, it's this news, it's that news. Everything is something. Everybody got something to say. Let's see what this guy's saying. Guys, I'm looking at the market. The market is I don't know. Everybody's like, oh, this and that and the third. I don't know, man. Nobody can make sense of this stuff. You're just trying to catch little dips. Tesla went down today. Meta's down. But is it down because it's something bad or is it just cooling off? Is it cooling off? Is it people taking profits? Right? Oh man, Meta, what happened? Oh man, Meta's down. It's down 7%. So if you were not speculating, actually year to date, kind of flat. Year to date, kind of flat. If you had just gotten in January, let's say you bought when they move their lips, just a bunch of gibberish. Yeah. Listen, man, if you had gotten in on Meta at the beginning of the year, you would have seen some roller coasters. 730 something went all the way below sub 500, and then they had a big rally up. It went to 7 something, and now it's kind of cooling off. So nothing really happened to the Meta stock in this year. Just it's all sort of speculation. Like I'm sure something happened where, oh, ask AI what happened to Meta in May. What happened in May? Oh, yeah, from February it took a big dump, went down 34%. Let's ask Meta. Meta stock went up a lot in February and went down a lot by April. What happened? I'm sure there's gonna be some news, blah blah blah. And strong performance. The stock's winning streak ended mid month amid profit taking concerns about high capital expenditure on AI, and news that WhatsApp would face increased regulation in the EU. April down. It went down because of poor third quarter earning report, which included an unexpected tax charge, increased concerns. Ober's Meta massive AI projects would lead to cut prices, targets, and stock drop significantly. Even Amazon didn't move much, flat the whole year. I mean, look at that. Like, who? Like, are we really? Do we actually think like Meta is going anywhere? You know, Meta's not going anywhere. We know in the long term, in a 5-year term, like Meta owns the world, and we're not getting off Instagram anytime soon. We're not getting off Facebook anytime soon. We're not stopping using WhatsApp anytime soon. Also, all these swings are just like, oh, some news come down, bam. I'm gonna grab profit. It's gonna go up. I'm gonna go up. And then over here, they did the same thing that they did over here, where it's like, oh, they're putting too much money on AI. Bam, we're gonna what? I mean, these companies are profitable. They're highly, highly, highly profitable. Okay, now it's like, oh, now this is a good buy. This is a good buy. Buy it because it went down price. If you keep making money for shareholders, then you're good. Saw Tesla $1 trillion package. That's what I'm saying. Like, Meta is as profitable as you can. Look at the profitability of Meta. A plus on the profitability. It's very good in profitability. Growth. I mean, what's growth? They already have the world. Like, growth to me is like, oh, this is not gonna make me 1,000% on my investment, so I don't want to invest it. I don't want to hold Meta come like valuation. Just it's all speculations, guys. Let's see. Meta is down nearly 20% after its Q3 results, as the market is concerned about overspending outlook for FY26, which will pressure margins. Growth is a challenge. What's Facebook got left? New industry AI. I don't know how you're gonna grow. I mean, you pretty much own the internet. Like Meta owns the digital world we live in. They got WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. They own everything. That's where everybody's hanging out. The only new guy that came was the last 5-6 years. So, like, they own everything. I mean, they really own everything. So like, what are we talking about? You know, you got Apple with the hardware, you got Amazon with the e-commerce, and you got Meta where we all hang out online. I mean, these guys own everything. And then you got the guys in the background helping this happen, which is the Nvidias and the Microsofts and you know, the storages of the world. And what? You know, you're giving these people your money. You got nowhere to go. So what are we talking about here? Unless they mess up and I don't know, overspend on stuff, and there's not enough money. But they have so much money though. They have so much money. Meta cash on hand. I mean, bro, they got $44 billion. How much did they spend on AI? How much did Meta spend on AI? Meta is significant. Meta for 2025 alone, the company plans to spend $60 billion. What is that? What is that? What is that 60 billion? Meta's primarily AI spending is on building massive data centers and acquiring AI chips. 2025, the projected capex is estimated at 60 billion. This is a significant jump from 38 billion to 40 billion spent in 2024. They aim to end 2025 with 1.3 million graphics processors. God damn. Whataburger action. Man, listen, bro, look at this. These people are buying GPUs. Man, what are they doing, bro? What is this? $60 billion this year? Man, we gotta look up Meta, what Meta's doing, man. Where is Meta building data centers? Let's see. God, that $10 billion campus in Louisiana? Whoa. Richard, what the hell? $10 billion? What is this? Richland Parish. What the? $10 billion is coming to this place in the middle of nowhere? Wow. Shreveport. Huh. What is out here? Hold up. Let's look up this place. Tiny Louisiana parish becomes AI boomtown as Meta builds a $10 billion center. Is changing fast. Let's see. The $10 billion center is sparking opportunities and is disappointments. So what are we talking about? I mean, $10 billion. Let's see. Let's check it out. $10 billion, bro. I mean, that's insane. I don't know. That seems like a lot of freaking money to me. $10 billion.
I'm standing at the site of Meta's new $10 billion data center in Richland Parish, Louisiana. It'll be the largest data center the company has ever built, about the size of Manhattan. The project is already bringing about big changes to this small town.
Damn, size of Manhattan in the middle of nowhere in Louisiana. Wow, isn't that crazy? That is so crazy. Right over here somewhere. Let's see how far I am from this place. New Orleans. 4-hour drive. Guys, do you want me, the Prophet Report, to be reporting live from Richland Parish, Louisiana? I feel like this is worth. Yeah, Tesla is coming to Houston. Yeah, it's gonna bring 15. Tesla began hiring for a new $200 million. The infrastructure can't take it. Yeah, the Tesla mega factory is $200 million right outside of Katy, but this is $10 billion. $billion. Jesus. Hey, $10 billion.
Way of life here.
A lot of folks are on their own, and if they are on a very strict budget, they're going to have to adapt, and if they don't, they won't make it.
I don't know that gutting 2,500 acres of land just so we can mine data so that we can better market and sell people stuff, I feel like it's getting carried away.
Why are the data centers coming to the small rural towns? They're coming here to benefit themselves. They're not coming here with intentions on benefiting the community.
Our farmers around here really rely on the water system for irrigating their crops and stuff like that. They deplete the water system, that's going to be a big problem.
In a sense, it feels like, well, yeah, they come take advantage of us poor, dumb rural folks, you know.
So this data center is going to use about 3 times the energy that New Orleans uses in a year. I'm curious how if
God damn. It's gonna use 3 times more energy than New Orleans uses in a year.
electricity bills go up for people here, how that might impact them.
We're a poor area. It's a huge amount of people that have trouble paying their electric bill currently. There are people who don't own vehicles, they don't have health care. I just think about the people that I know that they won't be able to keep their lights on.
This is a large farming community here in Northeast Louisiana. We're giving our most valuable resource, which is farmland. I want to know, what is Meta doing to give back to the community?
There's a fear like, well, you know who's going to get what they need. It's going to be the people with the most money and the most power. I've worked a very short time in the oil field, South Texas, and working down there, you would be working in a boom town, but you would drive through a different old boom town that is where the oil used to be, but it isn't no more, and it was just a ghost town. Because all that happens when a place like this comes in is the rich, they just get richer.
I mean, let's see what's going
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete
On the way from Meta, good evening to you. I'm Jennifer Andrews. Jasmine Bingham has an update on its plan for Northeast Louisiana.
Meta's Community Development Regional Manager Henry Thornton says the $10 billion project was also made possible by a package of economic development incentives legislation signed by Governor Landry last year. Thornton says along with the development of the Richland Parish Data Center, Meta plans to
Damn, Meta US data center fleet. Look at all that. Look at all these. They're going all to the countryside. Temple, Texas. Mesa, Arizona. Eagle Mountain, Utah. I mean, they're going hard. Look at this. Montgomery, Alabama. Stanton Spring, Georgia. Aikens, South Carolina. Forest City, North Carolina. Henrico, Virginia. Gatlin, Tennessee. Hey.
develop a state-of-the-art wastewater treatment facility.
We have an excellent partnership with the town of Delhi, where we'll be constructing a new state-of-the-art wastewater treatment facility that will be funded by us in its construction and funded by our water rates once it's operational. And we hope that that will provide improvements in the wastewater system for the town of Delhi and other corporate customers in the area.
Thornton says they are also investing $50,000 in Richland Parish Public Schools to train students on software for workforce development.
$50,000. This motherfucker's got $44 billion. $50,000. Hold on, did I hear that right?
Public schools to train students on says they
for the town of Delhi and other corporate customers in the area.
Thornton says they are also investing $50,000 in Richland Parish Public Schools to
$50,000, Meta. Are you serious?
train students on software for workforce development.
They are going to use that money to purchase some VR headsets, and then we're going to work with them on the software and implementation to make sure that they have the best kind of workforce development tools at their disposal that money can buy.
He says it is estimated that a portion of Meta's campus operations will be active in 2028. In West Monroe, Jasmine Bingham, KNOE 8 News.
West Monroe, Louisiana. They coming for you, baby. Big Mark Zucky. He's coming with his billions. He's coming at you. He's coming at you. West Monroe. Let's see. West Monroe, Louisiana. West Monroe. Oh, that's where it's going down. West, where it's going down. Meta. Let's see. Meta job site. Meta data center. There it is. It's gonna go right there. Meta. This is where it's going down. Man, just farmland. It was just farmland. Now it's not going to be farmland no more. Meta. They coming at you live. They coming to get you. a size of Manhattan. That's crazy. Size of Manhattan. I mean, look at this. They're gonna take all this land right here, and they're building a massive data center. And hey, I guess they're using the land. What are they gonna do? But why over here? Like, I gotta go see this. I feel like I gotta go see this for myself. I really feel like I gotta drive out there and see this for myself. I might have to. We might be reporting live from the Meta Meta Louisiana. Let's see. Oh shit. Let's see what the governor said.
Scribe is how you stop explaining the same thing over and over at work. Watch this. It'll change your life. Raise your hand if you told your boss how to do the same.
So this year, as CNBC searches for our top state for business, Scott Cohn is visiting what could be the biggest data center yet. It's being backed by Meta, and it's going to require a lot of electricity to run it. Scott is at the construction site in Richland Parish, Louisiana, with a very special guest. Scott.
Hey, Brian, yeah, $10 billion they're pumping into this. It is a big deal. This will be the largest data center in the Western Hemisphere, at least. And we're about to talk to someone who was instrumental in bringing it here, we're told. Jeff Landry is the 57th governor of the state of Louisiana. You've called this transformational. We can see the physical transformation, but you meant more than that. How is this transformational for your state?
Well, because in Louisiana, most of the economic activity for all of Louisiana's history since entering the Union has been primarily along the coast, along where we have a refining alley, along the Mississippi River. This is the first time we've seen this size project up in this area of the state, and that is going to be transformational. But it is the best place to have it right now in Louisiana. And so, again, this is going to transform the northern part of Louisiana. It's something that I said was going to happen when I ran for governor, and we made it happen.
It's a big site and a lot of people working on the construction, but in the end, it's only going to be 500 jobs. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, whether it's 500 jobs, I'll take it. Here, 5 jobs in this area was a big thing before this came here. I don't know where other people are that complain about 500 jobs or where you are, but I'll take them. In Louisiana, we'll take every job that we can. And what we do believe, though, is that when you add the 500 jobs plus the 5,000 construction jobs, it starts to build out. Remember, Jesus started with 12, and look how big his church is.
What? Wait. Jesus? Oh, my God, bro. Did he literally just say Jesus started with 12? Come on, man. So what is the play here? Why is this, like, how is this going to affect the people? Where's the energy going to come from? Natural gas? Where's the energy going to come?
This is not free for the state of Louisiana. One of the things that you did in your first year in office was push through the sales tax break that could cost the state billions of dollars. Meta made $165 billion in revenue last year.
They gave him a sales tax break?
The state clearly needs the money more than Meta does. Why is this a good deal?
Well, because this deal wouldn't be here. 0 from 0 is 0. Look, I'm a business guy. We did that tax break at the same time we did tax reform. And in 2 weeks, Louisiana left 16 positions in the tax foundation, going from 42 to 26 in one tax reform session. What we know is that when you look at the overall comprehensive package here, it is in the black. It's in the black for local government. It's in the black for the state. So the bottom line, how you get to the bottom line is irrespective to me, as long as when you look at the bottom line, the number's in the black and not in the red.
We're going to talk a little bit about the budget because it is a factor in competitiveness.
Turner, wait a minute. Turner's building this? Mort and Son Intersite. Turner's building this? Hold up. I know Turner. Turner Meta Data Center, Louisiana. Let me see. Ooh, Turner Construction. I know Turner. Hold on. Richland Parish will be home to Meta's newest data center, This custom designed 4 million square foot campus will be Meta's largest data center to date. It will play a vital role in accelerating Meta's AI progress. Once completed, the data center will represent an investment of more than $10 billion, and it will support 500 operational jobs. Meta is also investing $200 million in local infrastructure improvements. I don't know what that means. Turner Construction Company, DPR Construction, and M.A. Morton will build the data center campus. We anticipate that more than 5,000 construction workers will be on site. There will be a concerted effort to sort labor and materials locally and to provide contributions directly to the community. Wow. So it says, why do they pick this place as an astounding location? Great access to infrastructure, reliable grid, business-friendly environment, wonderful community, building with sustainability, together with Meta. Entergy, Meta's adding enough clean energy to grid to cover 100% of usable parish data centers. Okay. Okay, so renewable energy to the grid to cover 100% of the electricity use of the data center. Meta has worked closely with the brand, something like that. Interesting. Let me see jobs. Let's see. Let's see what kind of weak ass pay they're giving people to work over here. No, I want. Huh. Rayville, Louisiana. Similar jobs. Mega site construction manager. Okay. Well, they paying well, man. They paying well, man. We might have to go out there. Senior scheduler. Traveling quality control manager. Monroe, Louisiana. Senior cost quality, senior project control specialist scheduler. Huh. Monroe, Louisiana. Ex operator. State Farm. Special agent. Dishwasher. West Monroe. Data center quality inspecting. What's this? What's this right here? What do we got here? Who's this? Leveraging diffusion, quality and commissioning. Houston, Texas. Shreveport. Data collector. Well, interesting. Let's see.
This digital calendar lightening
Learn
my
more
mental
about
load makes it worth every penny. I wasn't fully convinced the Skylight calendar would be able to do it until I finally got one. Let me tell you.
The demand for artificial intelligence has sparked a boom in the construction of data centers all over the country. These facilities house computer systems to collect, process, and store huge amounts of information. Skilled tradespeople, those who use wrenches, screwdrivers, and pliers, are needed to build these high-tech centers and keep them running. But there aren't enough of them. Here's Mark Strassman with tonight's Eye on America.
Brandon Fry feels squeezed by two businesses trending in opposite directions. Data centers such as this one he manages outside Chicago hum along with soaring demand.
Everything in here needs servicing. Everything in here needs service. Tech support, HVAC support, electricians.
But the supply of technical support he needs available 24/7 keeps shrinking.
What your customers don't want to hear is we can't find somebody for them. That's the last thing they want to hear, and that will be the last conversation we likely have with them as a customer.
Data centers now compete with factories and manufacturing plants for electricians and plumbers. As older blue-collar workers retire, younger people look at college and white-collar jobs.
It's a growing labor crisis. Roughly 400,000 skilled trade jobs are unfilled in America. By 2033, it's estimated that number could hit close to 2 million.
You got to be able to do more with less.
Matt Breslin, an executive for a software company called IFS, says new technology is one solution.
And you can see this is changing dynamically.
His company sells this program that helps companies route and reroute their fleet of technicians.
You can take things like weather, traffic, different priorities, and add that on top. When you think about the labor shortages that are out there and you want to create more efficiencies and do more with less, this is how that's going to happen.
Back at the data center, Dan Brown knows there's a labor crisis.
We're always looking for good people to hire.
But doesn't understand it. He told us in Chicago, experienced HVAC technicians make more than $150,000 without student debt.
The trades kind of got neglected, so now there's a void that needs to be filled. And you're busier than ever. Oh, absolutely.
Across the floor, electrician Kevin Fishback sees hope. His local union's aggressively recruiting young workers for its apprenticeship program.
They come into the trades and they got insurance, they got health care, they got a pension.
That's an update with power for Brandon Fry.
This career path is out there and it is a valuable career path to take.
But for now, the data's in and it's unmistakable. Help wanted. For Eye on America, I'm Mark Strassman.
There you go, man. Get in the trades. There's a lots of opportunities. I mean, these data centers are getting built all over the place. This is kind of the new frontier. Meta is gonna drop $60 billion building all this stuff. So Meta, Louisiana data center plan to finish construction. Oh, so this just got announced December. So it hasn't been a year yet. I wonder when they're gonna open it. Let's see, data center. Gotta click on these companies to find the jobs, the employment. Well, I got 24 jobs. I got 24 jobs for you out there. Project manager, assistant project manager, superintendent, power journeyman, Safety engineer. All right, so there's some jobs there. Oh man. Join our team. Construction finance, Source Blue. What's that? Supply chain senior project manager. Admin support. Finance. A lot of construction jobs. Quality control. What does trade mean? Rodman for surveying team. There you have it. There you have it. Surveyor, human resources generalist. Scheduling engineer, traveling project manager. Source Blue Substance has been part of material for major construction over 10 years. Project. All right, let's go back to Meta. Actually, I see this guy. What he's talking about. So this guy's saying a buy, excluding a $16 billion one-time non-cash expense. Strong AI capex may lower the stock's quality in the near term, but at the 21 times non-GAAP PE, the stock has already priced in significant risk premium. Is higher spending always a good thing? Meta took a big hit after releasing in the market. Firstly, Meta recorded $16 billion expense to do one big, beautiful. This caused a big. I believe the real reason Meta's aggressive tone on its. I believe the real reason is about Meta's aggressive tone on its AI spending. I maintain a buy range because previous cycles have clearly driven strong growth for the company. Now we are seeing even more aggressive capex in 2026, which is concerning. First, it will pressure margins. After 19% post sell-off, the stock valuation has reset. I know that Meta's long-term roadmap requires higher upfront investments, deserving some risk premium. But I would also argue that the stock is already trading it at a low multiple. Therefore, the dip is worth buying. So I'm upgrading Meta to a buy. Inefficiency, FCF profit is ugly and going to be uglier. No valuation bubble. The GAAP PE trades at 27 times PE, nearly unchanged from 20 million. This means the stock's multiple hasn't expanded at all. On a non-GAAP basis, the PE for 25 is 21.4x, adjusting for the Q tax, assuming a flat EPS over the next 12 months, trading at 21. Looks very attractive to me. Meta is now trading at a lower PE than its 5-year average of 22. All right, so it's like basically nothing really happened, but all this price shit is like, oh, AI, this we're gonna go down. Oh, this is gonna go up. Like it's already always traded at this PE ratio. It's also it's lower than Google's. Meta is the cheapest stock among the Magnificent Seven, which is why I believe the recent is a strong opportunity buy. So that's what this guy is saying. It's the cheapest out of the Magnificent Seven. So Meta is time to buy. Is saying. Let's see, Meta stock. 600 max. Bam, bam, bam. And this boy's kind of cooling off. Might cool off a little bit more. 607. Yeah. Took a big nosedive over here. 751. And then, yeah. All right. So this guy's saying a buy. Strong buy. Everybody's saying buy. All right. This guy's saying, let's see. This guy's saying no. Meta plunged 20%. Despite its strong Q3, Meta's top line expansion is clearly declining due to its already saturated user base. Future growth depends heavily on monetization per user, which faces the natural limits and sustainability concerns. Meta's AI initiatives currently act more as a costly experiments than clear revenue drivers. Interesting. Given fair valuation and capped upside, Meta stocks remains a stable cash cow, but no longer a compelling buy, hence a hold. The stock price for Meta has undergone a vicious gutting in recent days, losing 20% of its market cap and barely just a single week. During this time, the stock price plunged from 760 to 666, 616. This sell-off comes with a massive volume, which indicates that a very broad base of investors are rushing to adjust their positions on the stock. While many perceive this sell-off as just the beginning of a wider AI bubble burst, others have been framing this dip as a golden buying opportunity. In this analysis, I argue that this is not exactly a dip to exploit, but rather a very rational repricing that considers Meta's decelerating top-line growth, the monetization and ROI uncertainties of its AI approach, and the natural limits of its massive user base, which makes future revenue expansion increasingly relying on squeezing more out of each user than getting the new ones. Okay. Now, to address the elephant in the room, I do concur that this may seem like a dramatic turn from my unusual bullish stance on Meta. However, I strongly believe that as an analyst, it is critical to avoid the psychological pitfall of escalation commitment and to have enough flexibility. Before we proceed towards the core argument of this analysis, it would be fair to discuss let's say valuation. Fair price seems apparent. I have pointed out in the prior section, because of the one-time tax charge Meta has incurred, relying on its EPS to work out its valuation may not be the right approach to take. Instead, let's take a look at the fact that the company's trading at a trailing EV/EBITDA of 15.8 multiple. This is quite a lot higher than the communication sector median of 9.6, but they're not in the communication business, which implies the Meta is actually trading at quite premium. That's not fair to compare them to the communication sector. Moreover, I would also like to point out the recent price plunge does not exactly seem like an abnormal. In fact, we can see the chart below. 7-year average to me, therefore, appears the Meta has arrived at a fairer price than it previously stood. In fact, this seems to confirm even after zeroing on when we try to determine the relationship between EV/EBITDA ratio as the price tag and EBITDA growth as a value proposition. Okay, so Meta is kind of a little outside. I have included peers from industry bearing out the median growth expectation here is 5.2, while the median is EBITDA is 9.2. Meta stock with a ratio of 15.8 and a growth expectation of 24% is situated very close to the trend line given the broader relationships seen in the industry. This implies that the stock could potentially be trading very close to a fair value. As such, I do not exactly see a value opportunity for those looking to buy the dip here. In fact, the dip seems to look like more of a repricing towards a well-established equilibrium rather than an irrational market overreaction. Yeah. And he thinks they're hitting the ceiling on the monetization. Risk thesis. Okay, let's see what others are saying. There's a lot of strong buy. Why I'm loading up on Meta. Meta stock dipped 20%. The company digital ad mode remains robust, fueled by innovations like Reels and AI-driven ad efficiency. Sustaining my valuation mode sees a base case of $1,000, assuming stable ad growth, bull case of 3,500, and a bear case of 409. Meta trades cheaply versus history and peers, with forward PE at 2025x compared to Google 2326, and AR leaders at Microsoft at 32 and Nvidia at 43. Key risks include unproductive AI capex, broader AI sentiment shifts, recession-driven ad cuts. I initiated a 50-share position. Okay, so I have been following Meta for a long time. Back in 2018, the company went through a Cambridge Analytica scandal. The stock correctly sharply on that news. At the time, the bearish narrative for Meta related to improper use of personal data. Today, the market dip is barely visible in a long-term chart. Many more dips followed throughout the years, the most notable of which came in late 2022 when the company was punished as an advertiser to a high interest rate and slowing economy. I did enter Meta in 2022 with a small position, but sold after 3x return. I would have made significantly more if I simply held my position. The last time I covered this company on Seeking Alpha, the stock was trading at 730. Meta went under a significant correction in the stock recently. In my view, this correction is worth considering an entry point. Let's see. Well, I found I disagree with the view. Based on my observation, I do believe a more realistic take on why the stock has corrected relates to questionable capex impacting the company's bottom line. CEO Mark Zuckerberg mentioned during earnings call capex dollars growth will be noticeably larger in 26 than 25. We also anticipate total expenses will grow at a significantly faster percentage rate than 2025, with growth primarily driven by infrastructure costs. This reminds me of Meta's correction in 2022, partially influenced by the company's capex investment in Meta. 3 years have passed, and those men do look questionable on hindsight. However, Meta unsuccessfully refocused, innovated its advertising business, not thriving. Meta's monopoly. Yep. An industry that comes in shares most actively with Google has significant barriers to entry. I agree. Meta's ability to consistently innovate and pivot social media platforms. Some of that company does really launch Reels, which today has an annual run. Yep. I believe these two elements above constitute Meta's moat. Yeah. They own the internet, man. They own the digital space. That's where we all hang out at. So, I mean, I think that it is a good time to buy. Buy Meta stock. Not investment advice. I mean, it's time to go all in on Meta, guys. I think they're gonna figure it out. I mean, the AI thing, I don't know how that's gonna affect them. We're not getting off Instagram. We're not getting off Facebook. We're not getting off WhatsApp. That's where we all hang out at. So what are you gonna do? Mm, 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 mm. Meta. What you guys think, guys? Meta. What is this? Meta has broken ground on its artificial intelligence data center in Wisconsin, marking its 30th data center. Beaver Dam is located 50 miles north of Madison. Meta is underwriting about $200 million in infrastructure partners working with the. Meta also plans to outfit the data center with dry cooling technology once it is operational. Dry cooling utilizes a closed loop system, circulating water from a server room where it is heated up and delivered to a device where it is cooled down by outside air before being pumped back into the server room. Although this technique uses less water and power than cooling towers, it is typically more expensive to install and is less effective in how to, once operational, the Beaver Dam will optimize our expanding, supporting our fleet of industry-leading AI infrastructure and setting up a delivery future of AI innovation. Meta is in the process of spending frenzy related to AI infrastructure plans of $600 billion. $600 billion. Guys, we got to get some of this $600 billion. Meta provides an outline for its massive $600 billion in capital expenditures through 2028 to build out. Meta shares were down. Data centers are crucial to reaching these goals and helping America maintain its technology edge. That's why we're investing in building industry-leading data centers right here in the U.S. We're committing $600 billion in the U.S. In addition, Meta is also working with local to over the past 2 months. The company says to positive examples. So let's come back to the local. Woo! Jesus, 600 billion. Hey. And not playing around with y'all. Let's.
I grew up in Altoona, and I wanted my kids to be able to do the same. So when work started to slow down, we searched for new opportunities. And we welcomed Meta, which opened a data center in our town. Now we're bringing jobs here. For us, and for our next generation.
Altoona, Iowa.
I grew up in Altoona, and I wanted my kids to be able to do the same. So when work started to slow down, we searched for new opportunities.
If they do this, they need to invest in local infrastructure, yeah?
And we welcome Meta, which opened a data center in our town. Now we're bringing jobs here. For us,
guys, I think I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna have to go out here to Monroe, Louisiana. I'm gonna go out here to Monroe, Louisiana, and try to see this data center getting built. It's about 4 hours from me. I'm gonna have to go out here and do a little bit of journalism. I wanna see what these people are doing out here, man. We gotta go to Monroe, Louisiana. We're gonna take this show on the road. AB is going down. We're gonna go rural Louisiana, and we're gonna have to check out this data center as getting built. I want it for the channel. I want to document this. This is like the gold rush of California. This is the oil boom. This is the new thing. This is the new big thing, and I want to be able to capture it. I want to be at the front of this thing. Aren't these data centers not even that great to say that they are bringing jobs? They're not. Well, they're bringing 500 jobs. So to the Louisiana thing, they're going to bring 500 jobs. But they're getting a hella tax breaks, though. Meta tax break data center, Louisiana. So let's see. Let's see. Louisiana hands Meta tax break and power for its biggest data center. Says Mark Zuckerberg company faces backlash after critics. It will roll back promises to create 500 new jobs. So Louisiana planning authorities have voted to rush through approval for 3 natural gas turbines to power Meta's massive new data center in Richland Parish. When it's done, the 4 million square foot facility will require more than 2 gigawatts of energy to run. On August 20th, when is this? This is this year? Oh yeah, this just happened. On August 20th, the Louisiana Public Service Commission voted 4-1 to approve the construction of the plants, which will be run by the utility company Entergy Louisiana. The decision was met with criticism from members of the public who testified against the plan, claiming the process was rushed. They voiced concerns about rising energy bills and water shortages. Opponents of the plan were angry about the sped up process. They submitted the application in 2024. The vote originally could have taken place this October to give the commission law judge the chance to issue further recommendation. Critics also claim the deal doesn't include stipulations like a cap on how much Entergy could charge utility customers on the construction. Could cause Meta agreed to finance the first 15 years of a 30-year loan to construct the gas plants. The construction of the transmission line will be paid by utility customers. We wanted the commissioners to attach conditions, safeguards, cost cap that instead I'm extremely disappointed. Paul Arbage. What is this? Paul Arbage. Let's see this guy. Paul Arbage. Who's this guy? Is an energy analyst in the climate and energy program at the Union of Concerned Scientists. He was a finance and policy reporter at Newswire. Gotta go talk to this guy. Union of Concerned Scientists. Never heard of it. During the approval vote, Entergy and Louisiana's economic development officials repeatedly pointed to the projections shared by Meta, which suggest that the project will bring $10 billion investment and upwards of 500 jobs. Its original 2024 application for the plants. There has never been a better time to lift our residents out of poverty. There has never been a better time to give people in our region better jobs. Louisiana politicians sought to rewrite zoning laws and shifted a tax rebate for broadband into a tax exemption for data centers, all to win the Meta. But the public had little time to scrutinize the deal. They also heard little from Meta, which was not legally required to take part in a hearing, despite the fact that the gas plant and a new $550 million transmission line connecting energy to the data center upgrades to the local substation are built entirely for the company. The latter entirely paid by the Louisiana taxpayers. Wait a fucking second. Wait a freaking... Hold on. Wait a minute. So the taxpayer are going to pay $500 million to do this transmission line and a new gas plant for Meta, even though they got billions of dollars, they can't pay for their own damn transmission line. Oh my God. When they say they're spending $10 billion, what does that mean? Where's that $10 billion going to go to though? Like, is it buying the land? Is it the building itself? Is it the equipment? If it's the equipment, that's not going to go to the Louisiana, all the stuff that they're going to put in there. If that's what we're talking about, the chips, the $10 billion, is the chips part of the 10 billion? Then that's not going to Louisiana. That's just going to NVIDIA. That's going to somebody else. When they say they spending 10 billion, what does that mean? Where's that 10 billion spent on? I want to see the line item on that 10 billion. All right. Remember my idea of making tax free. So no, bro, look at this. $500 million. Oh, but the screen still gets jiggy. Yo, am I here? Am I still here? Hello? I think it's because I didn't move. Yeah, that was just a manual free. Wait, this is crazy to me. This $500 million thing. Hold on. Meta's job pledge. Louisiana politicians sought to rewire. Hold on. Please don't be locked. Please don't be locked. No. Meta Gas Louisiana. Meet you guys, no Meta. Today, Earth filed a motion on behalf of the Alliance for Affordable Energy asking to require Meta and its data developer, Lady LLC, to share critical information about their recently proposed data center. Entra Shaman Baba. What the hell is this company? What is this? Reports that Meta was coming to Louisiana refers that Meta was operating through an affiliate known as Lately LLC, with the development known as Project Secret. Meta is building the future of human connection and technology that makes it possible. This data so blah, blah. Kevin Jonda. Let's see who this guy is. Who's Kevin Jonda? Kevin Jonda. Hassan, is this your peoples? Oh, he already left? This boy done dipped to Microsoft already? Wait a minute. This boy already done dipped to Microsoft. He not even with Meta no more. God dog. God damn, baby. What is he doing? This boy already dipped. Oh my God. This boy left a month ago. Damn. Oh man. Grateful for the past. After 13 years I've met. It's time for a new chapter. I'm dipping. Helping scale the data center program from just a handful of sites to through another. This week I began my new role, joining the cloud operations leadership team as corporate vice VP. He's like, I got VP position, Meta. I'm dipping. That boy put it, bro. That was a month ago. That boy dipped, man. Hey, that boy dipped, man. He said, I'm a VP at Microsoft now. I'm finna dip. Damn, that boy dipped, baby. God dog. What was this? Wow. You feel me? MBA undergrad, Santa Clarita Business School. Now he's a VP, man. Damn. Yeah, that boy is a Power graduate. Oh my God, man. Let's see. Hold up. Let's go. Let's go. Data center, man. This is it. DPR construction, employment, general project accountant, scheduler. I may be a CDL driver out here, commissioning manager, project executive, QA/QC manager, senior superintendent, project engineers, survey, field engineer, MEP coordinator, mechanical, MPE project engineer. You want to get bam. Man, go get a job, man. You get a job, man. I know those guys. No thanks. I just want to be in the procurement. We are building great things. Let's see. What we build. Healthcare, higher ed. What they got in higher ed? Ooh, they're building all kinds of stuff. Stanford Stadium. Ooh. Okay, all right. Recent projects. University of California, Davis. Okay, they're building real stuff. They got this gig out of California. Yay. I gotta buy all this stuff. 3 companies building this thing together. I gotta go out here and see this thing, though. I gotta go see this, man. Richland Parish Data Center. Richland Parish Data Center. Let's see. Get bad reviews already. God, I wish I could review this even lower. We don't need AI. Oh man, going to destroy. Love this place. Oh boy. Let's see what this lady's talking about. Oh, frick. Facebook.
Build a website you love with Wix.
What y'all think about this AI, man? This AI, man, they're going
I rode
hard.
90 miles of Louisiana back road to see the birth of what's being called the biggest tech project in the state's history.
Ooh, this Meta's hyper data center in the middle of nowhere.
Miles of quiet farmland,
Yeah,
sleepy
this is what I
towns,
want
and
to
long
do.
stretches of asphalt where time slows down.
All right. Let's see. Meta's the biggest data center in America right now is being built in Monroe, Louisiana by Meta. $10 billion data center, guys. What's going on, peoples? Who's in the house?
Until suddenly it doesn't. One minute I'm cruising through open country. The next, it's like I've stumbled into an anthill. Hundreds of machines moving dirt, cranes stabbing the skies, and trucks flooding every road. This right here in Richland Parish is where Meta is spending $10 billion to build the largest data center in the United States. For my returning viewers who are wondering why I'm talking about a data center on a bike adventure channel, let me explain. As many of you know, I like to ride through the Kissashi National Forest in central Louisiana. These are back roads that only connect to more back roads, places where electric utility lines are barely justified, let alone high-speed fiber optic internet cabling, because, you know, the trees need the internet, or that one guy living in the shack deep in the woods. It's a national forest. You guys know how those work. For a little over a year, I've been seeing these orange data cables being laid down alongside back roads that I like to ride down, including throughout the national forest, where it just doesn't seem to make any sense. And I didn't think much of it at first, but then I started to see them along nearly every back road I ride down, in every direction, no matter how far from the house I would go. And that's when I really got curious and started looking it up. Well, it turns out there's some initiative going on in Louisiana right now called Gumbo. It's a clever play on words. You can look it up if you want. But in short, they're trying to connect every insignificant part of the state to the internet. So if you were to jump out of a plane, land in some random tree somewhere, you would have internet. And I can't complain about that. It's also lining up quite coincidentally with the time frame of Meta leveling over 2,200 acres precisely, which is over 2.5 times the size of Central Park in New York City. That's a lot of land for one thing. This is the largest industrial complex I have ever seen for a single purpose. And I just thought you might find it interesting. Right now, it's in its infant stages of development, but it was a pleasant ride to get here, so I might check on it from time to see how it grows. If you've been paying attention to the developments, I might check on it from time to see how it grows. If you've been paying attention to the developments of AI at all, there's a good chance you hold a similar opinion as me. It's a great tool when used in the right situation, but will have dire consequences when it's inevitably misused horribly. But fear not, that's in the future and not right now. Right now, it's important that we allow AI to continue spending valuable resources making cute little videos of a kid being pulled by a pig on a trailer. Isn't that just adorable? There's no harness on that pig. How's that pig pulling the trailer? Oh God, how's that pig pulling the trailer? Oh God. And it's raining. That's not great. Morning, certainly not prepared for Shelby. Accident. rain. By the time I got rolling again, the air was thick past the dew point. Only about 3 minutes of riding in actual rain to completely soak my and check the saddle of hours. Unfortunate, but necessary as I was on a time frame. Luckily, we got into a town called Rayville, which is close to our destination, when it really started coming down, and I was stuck here for a few minutes. But thankfully, I saw an unexpected beacon of salvation off in the distance. Just needed to wait for the rain to hold up for a little bit so I could go warm myself up in the best possible way. The bottom just let out. But as soon as there's a little break in the rain...
What's up, people? We're talking about... I'm kind of doing a deep dive. I don't know how I got here, but we're getting into Meta. We're getting into the data centers. They're spending about $60 billion in the next 3 years to building data centers all over the U.S. And the biggest data center in America is being built in Monroe, Louisiana, which is about 4 hours north of New Orleans. And it's kind of the new thing, man. They need this data centers for this AI thing that's coming up. This is the new, I don't know what you call it. I don't know what you call it. It's the new thing. It's the new thing, and it's happening right before our eyes. So I have to bring it to your attention. The stock took a dive last week because when they reported their Q3 earnings, they say they're going to spend a lot of money on these data centers, on these AI data centers, and the market didn't like it. So now Facebook stock is kind of down. So, you know, was it justified? What are they trying to do? So I'm kind of diving in. Who's in the house, man? Who's in the house? Who's in the house? I'm watching this guy go to this data center that's being built in the middle of nowhere in Louisiana.
I always look very few times. Waffle House there takes a sharp turn. It's a yearly reminder as to why I try to ride everywhere I go. Similar to encountering big city traffic, but with no big city to be found, within about the last 5 miles, the closer I got, the busier it got, exponentially, like following a trail of worker ants back to their colony. Considering the staggering amount of heavy equipment that needs to be moved for a project like this, you would not have been faulted for assuming considerable road work would have been done beforehand to support something like this. But if they had to wait for the Louisiana road crew to do anything, they simply would have moved this to a different state. So here in Richland, Louisiana, Meta is constructing, or more appropriately put, erecting the Hyperion Data Center campus. All facts aside, I enjoy the name. It's about the most American thing you can summon out of the ground in the middle of farmland nowhere. It's projected to cost over $10 billion, with $27 billion in the budget, just in case. When finished, it'll cover over 4 million square feet of just building, which is, once again in the most American way possible, approximately 69 football fields. I know throwing large numbers into a video can start to lose their meaning because they're hard to grasp, but these next ones should hit you pretty good. At startup, it's expected to use 2 gigawatts of power, which is the maximum output capacity of the Hoover Dam. It would take an entire Hoover Dam to power.
Damn! The whole Hoover Dam just to run this one thing? God dang, this is massive. This is as big as the Hoover Dam. This is, well, we're gonna go view this thing as like one of the tourists. I gotta go over here. I gotta go see this.
Power this thing when it starts up. But it gets better because it will have a maximum capacity of 5 gigawatts. That's London. We're building London in a 2,000-acre plot of land.
Damn, building London in the middle of, what is going on? London?
Land in northern Louisiana. So why Richland? Well, cheap and flat land is always good for building massive projects, but access to a newly built, vast fiber optic network, which was definitely a coincidence, certainly played some role in that. There's the friendly local government, and maybe, most importantly, a utility company willing to build the power grid to feed it. Louisiana offered generous incentives, and Entergy committed new natural gas plants and transmission lines to support Meta's energy demand. In a parish better known for its soybeans and pine trees, this is a once-in-a-generation transformation. On the bright side, projects like this bring jobs, thousands during construction, and a few hundred permanent ones once the campus opens. Nearby hotels, diners, and supply businesses are already feeling it. Meta's promised millions towards infrastructure improvements and community programs. Even the local internet backbone has already seen and will likely see more improvements, as we've discussed already. So in theory, everyone wins. For a rural parish of about 20,000 people, that's a major boost. But it's not all progress and sunshine. Meta's data centers consume a huge amount of power and water. That's forcing Entergy to fast-track new gas plants and grid upgrades, projects that critics say could raise the electrical cost for everyone far beyond Richland. And natural gas prices as of right now are not cheap, so that's not great. While Meta claims it's going to offset the energy with renewables, many environmentalist groups aren't convinced, and neither am I. I've rarely ever seen renewable energy resources go on without a hitch, quickly, or at all. I lived next to Cal State University in San Bernardino for years, where they once installed over $1 million of solar panels, which never got hooked up and then were removed a few years later. And AutoZone in my small town has installed solar panels on their roof about 2 years ago. They're still not hooked up. Probably never will be. Once again, I suspect a tax break. When you already have largely established electrical companies which inevitably have their wallets in the pockets of politicians, there's very little incentive, in fact, usually roadblocks to install anything.
Damn. So they're gonna make Entergy build the damn gas plant and the transmission lines to feed power into this data center. And I don't know what $10 billion consist of, though. That's my question. What do you guys think? That's kind of crazy. Let's see how Microsoft is doing. Microsoft stock. Microsoft strong buy. Don't let this dip go to waste. I've doubled down during this AI shakeout. Microsoft delivered strong Q1. Cloud valuation making a strong at the bugs to buy. Retain So they're telling you, man, to go buy some other stuff. Microsoft stock. $500. Let's see. Bam, it was $449, $530, $540 something. Year to date, dang, it was $425. Boy, it went down to about $350. Microsoft performs. Boy, it was 460 some. Took a little dip. Boy, now all the way up to 520. 520, something like that. Let's see, 533. Even saw 541. 490 something. $10 billion data center to Portugal's coast. Look at that, man. This data center, man. We got to get into the data center business, baby. There's a lot of money going into this mode. Who what's a data center? It's a physical facility that houses a vast amount of computing and networking equipment such as servers, storage devices, and routers to manage, store, and process data. What's a server? What are servers? Yeah, what is a server? I think China did underwater data center, and they are trying to do it. So what the? Wait, what is server? A server is a computer that receives requests from requests over a network, performs required functions, and sends back responses. The term can also refer to the software package that provides the service. Any computer can act as a server, but many manufacturers offer dedicated systems dedicated for server roles. Such a system might have memory and storage than a regular PC. Okay, servers. So these are these things. Server storage devices and routers. Who makes servers? Major server manufacturers: Dell, HP, and Lenovo. Let's see, 4 data centers. Dell, HP, Lenovo, and Supermicro. From whom does Meta buy servers from? Meta designs its own servers in-house and then partners with various manufacturers and suppliers to build them. Key partners and suppliers include Quanta Computer, is a Taiwanese manufacturer that handles the final assembly of the servers. Broadcom supplies the ASIC, application-specific integrated circuit chips for next-generation AI servers. NVIDIA supplies the dominant graphics processor units, GPUs, that are used for AI training inference applications. AMD is another supplier of chips. Chemnion provides highly customized components such as cabinets and water cooling systems. Revos, a chip startup, was acquired by Meta to strengthen in-house semiconductor design efforts. AWS are used by Meta as strategic cloud provider support enterprise infrastructure. Quanta Computer? What's this? Never heard of this. Quanta Computer, contract manufacturer of electronic device. Okay. Oh. Bluetooth, blah. All right. Okay. Broadcom. What's up with Broadcom? I know this is a big company. Broadcom. It's a Broadcom stock. Let's see, year to date up 46%. Double. This is as high as it could be. Man, boy's seen a big old rise this year. Broadcom. Let's see. AVGO. What's AVGO? Strong buy. Everybody saw him about strong buy. Broadcom repents a compelling buy for growth investors driven by explosive AI revenue growth potential. The company focuses on high margin custom AI hardware for a select group of LLM creators, despite a premium valuation. Broadcom delivers strong quarters despite impressive performance, faces risk from its technical business model, high customer concentration, and elevated valuation multiple. Was on one of those congressional picks. Maintain a hold. Yeah, I mean, Broadcom secured a massive custom chip and networking deal with OpenAI, significantly expanding its AI chip backlog. The OpenAI partnership could add 50 billion to revenue despite the deal. Shares have remained flat. My stance is more neutral. Mm-mm. Who's building the largest data? Okay, let's see. Frankfurt, Portugal, Microsoft, Apple, Georgia, Utah, Las Vegas, China. Let's see. OpenAI's Stargate data center in Abilene, Texas is one such project. Just over a year ago, the project's developer had nothing more than permits. Today, there's 100,000 NVIDIA's consuming 200 megawatt of power in the project's first two buildings. Over the next year, developer plans to build another 6, bringing the site total power consumption to 1.2 gigawatt. It's hard to really put the scale of this project. One way to do is to look at the project from space. Stargate. The Stargate project, a new company which intends to invest 500 billion over the next 40 years building. We'll begin with the building immediately. Let's go back to where we were. Oh man, damn it, it's locked. I don't know. Data centers, guys. This is where the money's at. Let's see. AI bubble. Let me see. What was this AI bubble? You know what? Let me ask Wall Street Journal. Let's see what Wall Street Journal has to say in tech these days. Amazon, Microsoft back effort that would restrict NVIDIA's exports to China. The AI coding startup favored by tech CEOs is now worth $30 billion. Chinese hackers use Anthropic's AI to automate cyber attacks. How a Chinese AI company worked around US rules to access NVIDIA's top chips. Inside Microsoft's new AI super factory. America's chip restrictions are biting in China. Big tech's soaring profits have an ugly underside. OpenAI loses. Defense Tech's founder faces charges for online solicitation of preteen. God damn. But let's see what's old AI. What's the AI talk? ADNOC Gas earnings jump despite lower prices. Abu Dhabi owned gas company reports Big tech soaring profits, China hacks, AI coding, Baidu reveals new AI chips with China accelerating tech sufficient. The new video, I don't care. How a Chinese company, tech media, inside Microsoft news, super chip factory. Companies begin to see a return on AI agents. Ooh, I want to see that. Microsoft is expanding its ambitious data center build out with an AI super factory, a set of 2-story structures in Atlanta, connecting seamless manufacturer other The company's doubling down its total footprint over the next 2 years. One of its most important lines is Atlanta. The site, part of its Fairwater network of AI centers, a new hub built for AI training. It will contain they're just OpenAI is one of the sphere's largest. The site will also be used for training Microsoft. Microsoft spent $30 billion. Companies begin to see a return on AI agents. Let's see. Few companies today have widely deployed AI agents and gotten value back. One of the main reasons that concerns are grown over the astronomical spending on AI intelligence. But don't look at it. The path could appear prudent in a not so distant future for waiting to see how agents mature or first movers might gain But now, as AI agents come out the pilot stage, there's evidence to support. I had an opportunity to speak to 2 of them last week at the Garrett IT Expo in Pinal. It's very, very hard to build an agentic framework. BNY, okay, financial services provider, BNY. But we have 117 solutions touching everything that happens at the bank, and we're seeing really, really tangible outcomes that impact our bottom line in terms of growing capacity. Hey, BNY, that's a Bank of New York, right? BNY, they got that ass on you. They got them AI agents on your ass. And perhaps the most dramatic example, Russell said the company has about 100 digital employees that possess their own distinct login credentials, communicates via email or Microsoft Teams. Whoa, I need Bubba. Whoa, hold up. Whoa. This has gotta be the craziest thing I've ever. Look at this. This is the new reality, bro. Bubba, I need you to come up here, man. We gotta, Bubba, HJ, I need you up here, big dog. I can't, man, let me tell you something. Whoa. What are we talking about, man? Bubba, you gotta come up here. HJ, you gotta drop in. They have 100 digital employees that possess their own login credentials, communicate via email or Microsoft Teams, and report to a human manager. A system. Oh man, I wasn't watching live. I was behind 3 minutes. Bubba, you gotta come on. A system designed to provide a framework for managing, auditing, and scaling the agent workforce. They already have a digital workforce in BNY Bank right now. 100. Hey. November 2025, it already has happened. It already happened. November 2025, right here. They one digital engineer at BNY scans the code base for vulnerabilities and can write and implement fixes for low complexity problems. The agents are built on top of leading models from OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, using additional capabilities within BNY's internal AI platform, ELIZA, to improve security, robustness, and accuracy. Okay, let's go to Walmart. Walmart uses AI agents to help source products informed by trend signals such as what teenagers are buying at the moment. According to Oh my god, bro. This is what they're doing, Bubba. All jobs are gone. Look at this guy. This guy. This guy is killing people, man. He killing you. Man. U.S. retail. Through AI, Walmart has been able to provide summarized information on user reviews, where the list can be as long as 5,000 reviews. Okay. So this says the AI capabilities have also helped Walmart reducing the sourcing time cycle from 40 weeks to 8 weeks in certain product categories. So what that means is, like, if they want to place an order for toothbrush or whatever, it used to take 40 weeks, I guess. Now it's reduced down to 8 weeks. It says, according to him, instead of extracting information from various sources and dropping it onto an Excel sheet, this is what an analyst does, guys. If you're an analyst or if you're in procurement, whatever, this is what you do. You're a planner, this and that. That job is gone. I mean, these softwares, HJam.
What happened? What happened?
Oh my God, brother.
What happened? What happened?
Bro, it's over.
I missed it. I was trying to log in.
All right, read this. Okay. So we're talking about this lady named Leah Ann Russell, Chief Information Officer at BNY.
Bank in New York, Maryland. I know.
Yeah.
I interviewed with them.
They ain't got job for you no more, big dog. They don't need you no more. Don't even worry about it. Read this. Read this right there.
That's the most remaining. 100 digital employees. They're on Wait, this is digital, like fake people? Terms of report to a human
AI agent.
Design, managing. This is just a transition period.
Bro,
this is we have 100 computers. That's what we're talking about.
No, I mean, yes, but it's an AI agent, but it's its own identity.
Yeah. But
so you're like, hey, AI agent 1, AI agent 2, AI, whatever. They might start naming these motherfuckers.
So my computer here, my phone, is gonna start up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Let me log in.
It's got its own login,
and then it's gonna be managed. What's there to manage at that point? What is the role of this thing? Like, what does it do? It has 100 digital employees. My understanding, digital employee would be like let's say in manufacturing, where it says mixer 1, mixer 3, and then knows, oh, there's a problem with mixer 2.
Now this is an actual digital employee.
It's not going to be doing like accounting meetings and whatnot,
Yes.
That's what it's doing.
Look at this. It says 1 digital engineer. Yo.
No, engineer is a very broad term.
Okay, but look at it. It's a computer engineer.
Vulnerabilities and can write fixes for local problems. I mean, that's a level job.
That's a job, bro. No, that's not. That's a whole job, bro.
That's an entry level thing. That's a TikToker, 100%.
No, this is like This is a tech job, bro. You debug the stuff, like
Yeah,
you in the background, like the IT department at BNY. You sitting there bugging like, oh, this bug happened. No, this guy, the software is gonna go through the system, find the bug, and fixes the bug.
yeah.
Bro,
Somebody's gonna post this thing up on TikTok. Remember a couple years back. Oh, I got a job in tech. I got a job in tech. This is literally 5 years later. Look what happened in tech. That is the biggest
the
growth.
the software is old, like it sucked all this time. Now it just got good.
Mhm.
And you know what I mean? Like the software, it just didn't do stuff. Like the infrastructure was there. And then but it needed the human input to be able to like go from here to here and here. Now it's like, I don't need you to. This is just another level of the soft. Like when I say AI, we already talked about this. AI and software is the same thing. It's just another.
Remember how I was texting you earlier? Like why is there? Why does a contractor have to email 2 times to get paid? Right? What they did was my complaint of how this should just be one simple movement, one simple flow. They connected it, they glued that shit together. They glued everything together, ironed it out, and gave us one cohesive process. And now it's come to this, where a data engineer can just go in, quote unquote data engineer goes in and can just figure it out.
In the fashion industry, it takes around 6 months to design and produce clothing. Walmart Trend to Product Agent shortened the production timeline for Walmart Fashion by as much as 18 weeks. Trend to Product has helped create specs and patterns for products such as Walmart's No Boundaries mini dress.
Literally, ChatGPT actually sucks compared to this, which I think is true AI.
No, it's doing it. It's doing everything. It's intelligent. It like things, and it's like, okay, man.
It's gonna like for example in this one, it's gonna consider material. It's gonna consider simplicity of design, all with bottom line on cost. Which business-wise, capitalism-wise, great.
But remember, this was the job of an analyst, a planner, a design. You know what I mean? Like these are real jobs.
It's gone.
Like
it's sad because
there was a team that would sit and be like, okay, all right, let's look at what sold last year. Let's look at what materials is out there, how much it costs. There was a leader and a bunch of teammates that would work on this project to make it happen.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, specialized in different things and all this other stuff. 2, 3, 4 people working on this thing. Now it's like, hey, I got the data now. I got all the data. I don't need you to make a decision, human. You actually suck at making decisions.
Yeah.
I already got everything I need. Everything was scanned. Everything was input in me. I know everything now. I don't need you anymore.
I mean, imagine scanning every library and locking it into your brain. You have everything you need. You have every subject matter expert. Every industry has its expert. And so now you just load it up and it'll spit it out. It's literally talking to you. It can do this. I mean, that's what they're saying. Like
look, AI is a force multiplier.
That many jobs, but it's gonna really suck out the whole resource of the area. I understand criticism.
AI is a force multiplier that will lift productivity across all lines of business. That's not true. That's a lie.
Yeah.
It's not a lie. It's not a multiple. It's an eliminator. It's not a multiplier.
You know how we talk about how life is boring now? Imagine how much boring, more boring it will be.
Bro, people are gonna be depressed. There's gonna be no income. Like, what are you gonna do? It's not a
There's literally
multiplier,
no
man. Y'all need,
point.
that's lie. That's a lie.
Yeah. But the thing, like, read this and look at how scary this paragraph is. It will lift productivity across all lines of business. Why are we so focused on productivity when we can't even iron out the little shit that we need to hire 50 consultants just to figure out? It's a scary thought behind this.
What is this?
I think this boom that they're talking about, I understand how it is artificial because I saw something on TikTok about OpenAI, and they're doing all these deals with, let's say, like Oracle, Samsung in there. We'll have all these companies, but they're feeding off of each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like McDonald's. McDonald's says, hey, we can get the fries from Burger King. We can use Wendy's burger patty. But then we put it all together into this one thing, but it's all inflating each other's businesses. Right? Wendy's will say, hey, we sold 50 million more burgers. But that's the fakeness behind it. Like AI isn't even accurate. I put like a bunch of things out on the table. Just actually like 3 days ago. I said count. I took a picture. I said count it up, and it couldn't count it. It was incorrect. I'm like, this is the flaw with AI. It's not perfect. But
But I think when it comes to like inside a company, there you control what move it makes. You say, okay, for you to create a purchase order, you click here, you click that, you click this, you click that, you click this, and then you email it to like that is that can get that 100% accuracy. There's no
100%.
You know
This
what I
is like
mean?
when you see those videos out of China about the manufacturing, the robotics that they have.
Yeah.
And they say, okay, take this mouse, put it here, put it here, record it, and then bam, it's gonna repeat over and over, right? Replace this manufacturing aspect with employees, with white collar work. And now we got a big problem on our hands because AI benefits the companies and capitalism. I'm fucked.
Bro, the thing is this. The last 30 years, everybody went to a computer job.
Yeah. It's good for your hands.
Like, bro, business school and like engineering and all that shit was like the number one graduate college. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was less doctors and like even doctors. I mean, what? You would literally have to be a nurse that literally picks the fucking guy up off the bed. Like, those are the only jobs that would be like left over.
Yeah.
And like, you'd have to actually like see the patient and be like, oh, he's not kind of looking good. So let's, I don't even know. I mean, like, I feel like that even can be hooked. It could be hooked up to a machine that's better than the nurse, because the nurse might have like a bad call. Like, the machine's gonna have a better call once.
Nurse. What is nurse? What is needed to be a nurse? We got a nurse that the patient probably sees more of the nurse than the doctor.
Well, the doctor's there to make the decision. But
Great,
now
great.
the AI can make a better decision than the doctor.
I can get a nurse that injects me with the wrong. Didn't you show me the baby was misplaced?
Yo.
The baby was black.
Yeah.
That's the nurse. That's the nurse.
Wrong, baby. Georgia. Oh my God, bruh. Bruh. This is gotta be the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. She had a black baby come out of her.
I was happy. I was a mom.
Christina Murray's long journey to motherhood took a path she never thought possible.
I spent my entire life wanting to be a mom. I loved, nurtured, and grew my child, and I would have done literally anything in my power to keep him.
After years of fertility and IVF treatments, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy in December of 2023.
What was your immediate reaction after you gave birth? I was happy. I was a mom. He was beautiful and perfect, but it was also very clear that something was wrong.
She vividly remembers the shock when she saw her baby for the first time. Whereas Christina is a Caucasian woman who chose a sperm donor with a similar appearance, the baby she delivered was African American.
An at-home DNA test result that January confirmed what Christina suspected. The baby was not hers. On February 5th, Christina's lawyers reached out to the fertility clinic, Coastal Fertility Specialists, informing them of the mix-up.
And just let them know, what the results were and ask for answers.
In March, Coastal Fertility informs the other couple their embryo was transferred to Christina, that family taking legal action to obtain custody. In a family court hearing that May, Christina decides to give up the baby voluntarily.
It's like the happiest day of their life. It's like,
Bro, this woman should get like, I don't know, 50 mil. Like, she gotta get it. Like, bro, ain't no way.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh my God, bro. Like, there's no way you're not paying me millions of dollars for this mistake.
He deserves compensation. 100%.
I was pregnant with the wrong. You had one job, bro. You
Now, would AI have fixed this? Would this have been a better nurse?
Dude, I mean, you put the wrong motherfucker in the wrong place, bro. That's like, imagine the nurse or the doctor that made this mistake. Imagine finding out you coming to work on a Monday morning and they find out you did this.
It's not even Monday morning. It's when you see the results.
Nah, because look, once they put that shit in you, you out of there. She's at a hospital. She's pregnant for 9 months.
Yeah.
Once they put it in you, it's over with. Like, you're pregnant. All right, cool, go.
But nobody would have known until the thing is out there looking at you.
Bro, nobody would have think like somebody messed up. So this lady is pregnant for 9 months, excited. You know, she went to a sperm bank, bro. This was not even her husband or nothing. She was gonna be a single mom off this month. She went and got a sperm from a sperm bank, put her shit in. They mixed it up.
like a milkshake.
Yeah, mix that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And they put it over here instead of, and then they got somebody else's shit and put it in her name. So her shit is somewhere too.
Where is it? We don't know.
That's what I want to know. Where is her?
She's got another kid.
Somebody else had her kid or what? So is it like?
Yeah.
Everybody needs to check their shit now in the whole damn hospital.
Mm-hmm. But how can you? This is the weird thing is like, you know how I always say about like housing. How is it that I am buying $500,000 thing and I still need to get it inspected? This thing. How am I supposed to be going to a sperm bank and all and getting this fertilization? How it has to be done correctly? Like who's checking this? Are we having educated people who are working on this?
Bro, you know, like when you go to like a doctor's office, they ask you 7 times, like name, birthday, like every single time. That's like a thing. That's to double check to make sure they're treating the right person. So they're not mixing up your chart and you get in the whole situation. That's the whole point of that.
What hasn't there been like medical mix-ups where they would let's say amputate the left hand instead of the right hand?
Bro.
Oh. Google medical mishaps.
Oh my god, bro. I don't even know if I can take it. I would be so pissed.
Bro. That's so terrifying.
It's the worst day of mine. So like everyone's happy and joyous, and then
I feel like this is why you gotta go to the big cities. This was like in some small town Georgia shit.
And Georgia is like a ghetto place. You know,
I mean, bro, but it's like rural Georgia. I don't think it's Atlanta. I feel like in this kind of situation, maybe you gotta go to the big cities or something. I don't know.
there's me losing my.
You know, some country ass, Laureen ass motherfucker.
Where they at? Savannah, Georgia.
Also, they got Coastal Fertility Specialists. This is the company.
Are they on the stock exchange? Savannah, Georgia. Savannah is in a weak ass place.
Yeah, it is kind of weak. Bro, 3.5. Ah. It's got good reviews.
No, filter about the lowest. There we go. The lady in front. Nurse perform.
Bro, they still in. I can't believe they still in business, bro.
Oh my
god! Oh shit! God. They just won a winner and they got like an award, nah, bro.
Do you know how aggravating this is as the recipient of this kid, and to see that this place has also gotten an award?
I'm surprised. Like, this is the place she was at, bro.
Is this the right place to go to? I thought like they had other places.
What you mean?
Like for example, like with dental clinics, Castle Dental versus like an actual doctor office. That's the thing.
No, they specialize in fertility stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Says infertility treatment including IVF, ovulation induction, the use of frozen embryo. I think that's what she was. Let's see, what is it? God damn, 31-minute video. God damn. What is IVF? You ever looked into this? You know, this is a big thing.
Huge. I never looked into it fully.
Making a baby isn't always easy. Fortunately, there are many ways to parenthood, including in vitro fertilization, or IVF. This treatment process brings the miracle of conception into a laboratory. During the multi-step procedure, mature eggs are retrieved from ovaries and fertilized with sperm in a petri dish. It takes a few days for the fertilized eggs to develop into embryos. Within a week, an embryo can be transferred into a uterus in hopes of starting a successful pregnancy. IVF has been used by want-to-be parents for more than 4 decades. It has led to the birth of nearly 10 million babies since the first successful fertilization procedure.
Wow.
Is this the one where you have like you have an increased chance of having many kids?
What?
Because there was somebody in New Jersey, I think, that we knew, and she had like I don't know how many tuplets or something like that.
This totally legit influencer loves electric vehicles.
As if.
This IRL test drive will change your mind. Just like that, the influencer has become the influence.
You know,
Toyota
this is
BZ. One drive can change your mind.
this is when you have a bad
Birth
tooth.
revolutionized the field of reproductive medicine. Given that approximately 1 in 8 heterosexual couples has difficulty conceiving, and that homosexual couples and single parents often need clinical help to make a baby, the demand for IVF has been growing. IVF is so common that more than 5 million babies have been born through this technology. IVF works by mimicking the brilliant design of sexual reproduction. In order to understand IVF, we first need to take a look at the natural process of baby making. Believe it or not, it all starts in the brain. Roughly 15 days before fertilization can happen, the anterior pituitary gland secretes follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, which ripens a handful of follicles of the ovary that then release estrogen. Each follicle contains 1 egg, and on average, only 1 follicle becomes fully mature. As it grows and continues to release estrogen, this hormone not only helps coordinate growth and preparation of the uterus, it also communicates to the brain how well the follicle is developing. When the estrogen level is high enough, the anterior pituitary releases a surge of luteinizing hormone, LH.
Bro, this is a whole system, bro. You motherfucker going to the brain and coming back. Boy, releasing chemicals. Bro, that's a whole science into this.
Which triggers ovulation and causes the follicle to rupture and release the egg. Once the egg leaves the ovary, it is directed into the fallopian tube by the finger-like fimbriae.
Fallopian tube. That's the problem. If you got fucked up fallopian tube.
It's like you know, the gas, the fuel pumping.
Yes, bro. If the fallopian tube is messed up, that's when the motherfucker, it's not gonna work.
If the egg is not fertilized by sperm within 24 hours, the unfertilized egg will die, and the entire system will reset itself, preparing to create a new egg and uterine lining the following month. The egg is the largest cell in the body and is protected by a thick extracellular shell of sugar and protein called the zona pellucida. The zona thwarts the entry and fusion of more than 1 sperm, the smallest cell in the body. It takes a man 2 to 3 months to make sperm, and the process constantly renews. Each ejaculation during sexual intercourse releases more than 100 million sperm. But only 100 or so will ultimately make it to the proximity of the egg, and only 1 will successfully penetrate through the armor of the zona pellucida. Upon successful fertilization, the zygote immediately begins developing into an embryo and takes about 3 days to reach the uterus. There, it requires another 3 or so days to implant firmly.
One.
Millions get up in there, bro. Millions are released. Bruh, millions are released and there only 1 has to make it through.
That alone warrants my respect. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's why you're special that you're here, bro. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Special to be for you to come for us to be out here no matter what. Even the homeless guy needs to watch this video. Like, yo, you're special.
You feeling good about yourself.
Bro, you're like, damn.
We forgot.
If it was another guy, bruh.
if I lost the fight, I wouldn't be here, bro. If I lost, it would have been like another version of me.
You might have been a female or what? Yeah. And everything has to align, bro. You know, she has to be ovulating. You know what I mean? You know, it's only ovulation time pregnancy happens. That's only a few window amount of time every month. They got to be fucking at the right time.
I gotta get the right pay date in there. We get the car has to be right. Everything had to line up for this moment to exist.
Yeah, that's why it's so special. Human pregnancy is special, bro.
I mean, I never really thought about it like that.
Huh?
I never really thought about it like that.
Yeah, it is kind of like super. The probability of everything aligning is like 0.000. Like it's like they say 1 in a 400 trillion chance of you becoming a human or some crazy shit like that.
What's it say under my name over here?
H-Jam, mashallah, mashallah. You know what I'm saying? For real, man, mashallah.
Into the endometrium, the inner lining of the uterus. Once implanted, the cells that are to become the placenta secrete a hormone that signals to the ovulated follicle that there is a pregnancy in the uterus. This helps rescue that follicle, now called the corpus luteum, from degenerating as it normally would do in that stage of the menstrual cycle. The corpus luteum is responsible for producing the progesterone required to maintain the pregnancy.
But you know that women are born with the eggs and then they lose it every time. So by the time they reach 30, I think they lose about 90% of their eggs.
Yeah.
That's why you fucking up, bro. You can't be losing eggs, dog. You gotta.
They only come in a dozen, bro.
Nah, they get like, I don't know how many eggs they get, but they get a lot of eggs, but they lose about 90% by 30.
Got to open them up, check the crack or not.
Yeah, you know, you gotta put that motherfucker on the light bulb and shit.
Pregnancy
That's
until
crazy.
6 to 7 weeks of gestation, when the placenta develops and takes over until the baby is born approximately 40 weeks later. Now, how do you make a baby in a lab? In patients undergoing IVF, FSH is administered at levels that are higher than naturally occurring to cause a controlled overstimulation of the ovaries so that they ultimately produce multiple eggs. The eggs are then retrieved just before ovulation would occur, while the woman is under anesthesia through an aspirating needle that is guided by ultrasound.
Damn, you saw that? They suck them eggs out of there.
Yeah.
Most sperm samples are produced by masturbation. In the laboratory, the identified eggs are stripped of surrounding cells and prepared for fertilization in a petri dish. Fertilization can occur by one of two techniques. In the first, the eggs are incubated with thousands of sperm, and fertilization occurs naturally over a few hours. The second technique maximizes certainty of fertilization by using a needle to place a single sperm inside the egg.
Wow.
This is particularly useful when there is a problem with the quality of the sperm. After fertilization, embryos can be further screened for genetic suitability, frozen for later attempted pregnancies, or delivered into the woman's uterus via catheter. Common convention is to transfer the embryo 3 days after fertilization, when the embryo has 8 cells, or on day 5, when the embryo is called a blastocyst and has hundreds of cells. If the woman's eggs are of poor quality,
Dream Hair, real reason.
Damn, bro. You know, like a lot. You know, it doesn't work every single time. You know, sometimes you might have to do multiple rounds. The eggs is bad. The sperm is bad.
Do you see the science that went on behind that? Okay. And here we are having fake employees.
Yeah.
I would rather have my money go to this
Results. Let's start your
rather
journey
than
today.
having an AI whatever. And I'm over here just making stupid content Martin Luther King over here hanging out with
We're going to
Tupac.
begin
You know
this
what I
hour
mean?
with that new series. We call it.
Yeah.
I would rather have that. This is a real purposeful tool. It's like honestly, if you created AI and if you created IVF, which one would you be proud of?
Yeah, IVF because it's like,
know?
it's so special for people that want kids. Like,
So then what the hell? Like AI is cool and all. Like I understand its application, but why would I be making a data center when if I could make like any kind of tool to make this process easier and I can throw billions of dollars at this, I would.
Facing fertility, where we explore reproductive hurdles and giving voice to the many women and men who suffer in silence with infertility. This morning, we're taking a look at the reality of in vitro fertilization, or IVF.
Didn't she go to space?
As many as 1 in 8 couples struggle to conceive, either due to female or male infertility, or in some cases, both. Nikki Batiste talks with one couple who are 4 years into their IVF journey.
damn, 4 years?
That's crazy.
Bruh. Bro, this is why
4
it's
years
like,
just to try to get pregnant.
yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Imagine the emotional roller coaster. You still gotta go to work. You still gotta go to work. Yeah, you still got a career. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think like I understand this emotion the way that you're talking about it. But to actually like say, hey, I want a kid. I am gonna do whatever it takes to have this kid. Do you know how dedicated you are at that point? That this is all you can think about. Your ups and downs. I don't understand that feeling.
And it's not even just it's the money too. It's not cheap. It's
How much is it?
tens of thousands.
4 years after they married, Kristen Connolly and Matt Smith were ready to start a family. But after a year
I guarantee you it's gonna be him that's gonna be the problem. They're not gonna make her be the problem. He got bad sperm. Watch.
of trying to conceive without success, the then 34-year-old saw a fertility doctor.
What did they find when they tested your sperm?
All of the most important factors were pretty low or just didn't hit the normal range.
Told you. Sperm bad. Bad sperm.
No. He didn't say that.
No, he said all low. She asking him, listen.
The then 34-year-old saw a fertility doctor.
What did they find when they tested your sperm?
All of the
your
most
sperm
important factors were pretty low or just didn't hit the normal range.
Matt had corrective surgery, but 6 months later, they faced another hurdle. Kristen's egg count was lower than expected.
I was actually diagnosed with diminished ovarian reserve.
So in 2020, they turned to in vitro fertilization, or IVF. The process required weeks of blood draws, ultrasounds, and at-home hormone shots to stimulate egg growth. Mature eggs were then retrieved, fertilized with sperm in a lab, and monitored to see if they grew into embryos, which the couple then had genetically tested for viability. After 4 rounds of IVF, Kristen and Matt got their first viable embryo and their first chance at pregnancy. But when the embryo was transferred to Kristen's uterus, it did not implant.
How are you feeling emotionally?
Exhausted.
Yeah, it was like a cycle. You'd be warm.
So
that part.
4 tries just to get a good embryo.
That part alone, like I don't understand that. But it exists. They went through that.
4 tries just to get a good embryo, and then the embryo gotta be put in her, and that motherfucker gotta take. It's not guaranteed. Once you got a good embryo that is put in your body, and you can get pregnant.
That's two-step verification.
Bro, this is why if you want kids, bro, you gotta do it early, bro. And I think for the man, you're supposed to be eating healthy and shit. I think your diet matters too. I don't know.
Worn out, and then you get frustrated.
They decided to try an egg donor.
It's such a big decision. Was it a difficult one?
oh yeah, what are people going to say about if they find out that we used a donor egg? Am I going to
Donor egg, bro. They gonna
Isn't
get
that
an egg from.
amazing?
But we're like, Frankenstein this thing now.
It's amazing, man.
Why don't you just adapt at this point, right?
Yeah, that's some people will say like, no, I want my own.
But it's not yours at this point. If you get an egg from somebody else,
Yeah, it's not yours.
it's not technically yours. And that's a really neat. So you just want to feel pregnant, like you want to go through pregnancy? Is that what it is? Because at this point, it ain't your DNA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's gonna be his DNA. It
But
ain't
it's
yours.
not gonna be yours. So
No.
half of it is not you.
You just a vessel at that point.
I think
Just like what happened to Homegirl.
I think at that point, it's like at least somebody's got something in there, I guess. I don't know.
I guess.
late with the child because it's not my genetics?
With donor eggs, Kristen and Matt were finally able to successfully transfer an embryo. But 7 weeks later,
I woke up in the middle of the night and knew I was miscarrying.
Miscarriage. Bro, if you're a woman and you want kids, you have to do it as young as possible, man. They don't tell you about this. This doesn't get told, like, you know what I mean?
I
You go get your career and all this other stuff. Like, dude, look at this, man. This is sad. This lady is sad.
their next 2 embryo transfers also ended in miscarriages.
I think that was
3 miscarriages. Bro, this can break up the marriage.
a hard pill.
You know, when you get married in a Christian church, I think you say like, even if y'all can't have kids, y'all still supposed to stay married. I think it's in the vow. I think it's the standard vow.
To swallow that.
Scribe is how 4 million people turn processes into step-by-step guides. The hardest part of any job.
And I think we all sort of, why us?
Then we started questioning, should we be doing this?
In addition to the emotional toll, IVF can also take a financial toll. Without insurance coverage, the average cost of one medicated IVF cycle is about $12,000.
Have you had to pay out of pocket?
I would say at least 80% of what we've done has been out of pocket.
Kristen and Matt are not alone in their struggle.
It's been quite a roller coaster, so just trying to hold on to hope.
Last August, I found myself in a place I never
That was $12,000. Times they go about 3 times?
4 times.
4 times. That's 12 times 4.
50 G's, yeah.
Wow.
imagined I'd be facing my 4th IVF egg retrieval.
I got 6 eggs this time. I had 7 last time, 4 the time before, and I think 5 the first time.
My husband, Dean Simpson, and I are desperately trying to have a second child. I've been recording our journey.
So many people struggle in silence with infertility and never talk about it.
We married at 36, but delayed starting a family as I switched jobs.
I was at a pivotal point in my career, and
There you go. Bro, a whole generation of us has been lied to, bro. You're supposed to be having kids at 22 years old, bro. Like at 23, 24, 20. Not deep in your 30s. This ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. The big lie. Who's responsible for this?
honestly, I wanted to wait
Huh?
Meta. All those corporations.
Yeah.
Politics.
years before we started trying to have a family. It's the biggest regret of my life.
At age 38, we got pregnant quickly, but then suffered a miscarriage. Pregnant again naturally, we had our son Beau when I was 40. Then at 41, another miscarriage. At 42, we started IVF.
These are tanks where we maintain frozen eggs and embryos. In fact, your embryos are in this tank, number 59.
Wow, it's making me emotional, actually.
Dr. Eric Foreman is my reproductive endocrinologist at Columbia University Fertility Center in New York City.
A lot of people, including myself, maybe naively, think IVF is often successful. And that just isn't the reality.
Yeah, I think that's a misperception. Even with our ability to get multiple eggs and make multiple embryos, most of them cannot go on and make a healthy baby. And so most IVF cycles are not successful.
Most IVF cycles are not successful.
That's nuts.
Women under 35, the chance of having a baby after a single IVF cycle is about 41%. That drops to around 29% between the ages of 35 and 37. And by age 42, it's down to just 9%.
I don't know yet if it'll work, if we'll be able to have another child.
Secondary infertility is very difficult and shouldn't be minimized. For some women or couples, even more difficult because they really want to give their child a sibling. But I think it's a different type of experience, at least, knowing that it's possible.
After 4 rounds of IVF and genetic testing, we had just one viable embryo, which my husband and I transferred in November.
I've been feeling a lot of fear leading up to this day.
10 days later,
We just found out that my pregnancy test is positive. We're so grateful and in shock.
soon after, the tiny heartbeat we had been hoping for.
Yeah, so this will eventually, hopefully, be the nursery.
Kristen and Matt say they will keep trying.
I have one embryo for Kristen calling.
Days before our interview, they did another embryo transfer.
When you want to be something so bad, you'll do whatever it takes.
I hope this little embryo is the one.
Damn, dog. Yeah.
Bro, this is actually quite a heavy video.
Huh?
This is quite the heavy video.
Yo, I mean,
I never felt this. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, like I never really saw babies growing up or anything like that. For them, like to see how important this is, that's crazy.
Bro, this is like, the thing is, the whole generation would lie to, especially in the big cities, New York, in the tech, and you go get your career, blah blah blah, this and that. Dude, there's the biology is not waiting for you, bro. Like Mother Nature. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. I feel bad for these people, bro.
Us too. Because I think we are tired.
Weeks later, they got some good news.
This is good.
That's good. That's good. All right.
A positive pregnancy test. Their latest transfer had worked.
We got
I just talked to
But hey, they've been pregnant before, didn't go through all the way. She had 3 miscarriages. Don't forget that. So
Yeah.
it's not over yet. Oh my god, bro.
I never looked into this. I just knew that it exists, but never.
It's bad, bro. It's so bad, bro. Because do you know the median age of people getting married?
What is it, 30? 25, 30?
That's bad. Yeah, 28.4 for women and 30 for men.
Yeah.
So, yo, by the time you get to trying to start having kids, you're deep in your 30s. And it's worse, I think, in the UK and stuff. This is why they're not having as many kids. 32 for women, or 31 for women, 32 for men. But if I put
It's gonna be yeah, 18. Yeah.
I mean, like 24. But
oh, it's even better. You
God damn, bro. Let's see. God damn, all the African countries, bro, they get down quick. Sub-Saharan. Average. God damn. Oh man, average. The God dog, bro. Look at all these African countries at the top. And then what's the worst one? Mauritius? Oh, this is just Africa. Okay, gotcha. Americas. Colombia 18. Jesus. Chile. Oh, Chile. Jesus. You're not making babies, bro. But look at this. I'm surprised. But I think they do get they be having kids and then getting married later, these countries though. So you do have to consider that. A lot of the Latin countries.
lifestyle in Chile.
Huh?
Isn't there a different lifestyle in Chile? Like more mountainous?
Yeah, let's see over
Not that
here.
that makes a difference.
South Korea. That's why they're not having no kids, bro.
Well, what's going on with Afghanistan up there?
Nepal, Afghanistan. I mean, the less like educated the country is, you know, but the other gets even Pakistan is kind of getting up
China
there.
and Pakistan are the same.
Yeah. Europe. Oh god, this is bad, bro. Look, the best one is 26. Oh shit, god damn. God damn, bro. This is why they're having no kids. Australia. Yeah.
Go back up. No, that's not a fair thing.
Papua. Europe is screwed. I mean, this is why you really need immigration, because nobody's having kids.
But I gotta go.
All right, yeah, we're done, man.
God, this was we started off with data centers and pivoted. I think the biggest pivot of a lifetime that we just did.
Well, I don't know how we got here because of this lady.
We got here because of AI, and I brought this lady up.
Yeah.
Yeah. About nurses and you know being on top of your shit.
Guys, this has been the Prophet Report with the boy AP. You got HJ in the house. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.